Hi everyone, welcome back to this series of project management videos where we're looking through the PMBOK guide, the project management body of knowledge, and going through this in a video and audio format, so you don't necessarily have to read it yourself, even though you can if you want to, but it's a huge book and this can potentially save you a little bit of time. This one we're looking at is before all the processes and knowledge areas, where we're looking at the environment in which projects operate. Now this can really change the way you need to manage a project, and this is why they include it in the PMBOK guide. And the way they sort of outline these things, the environment of a project, is through two things. They're enterprise environmental factors. So what's the environmental factors involved? And we'll go into that in a little bit more detail soon. But also, what are the organizational process assets that we currently have that will help us within the project environment that we're delivering into? So these are the two main things, and you'll see these come up time and time again in each of the processes as we go through the PMBOK guide. Organizational process assets, or OPAs, could be processes, procedures, policies, or a corporate knowledge base, all of those sorts of things. Let's look at enterprise environmental factors, or EEFs. These are enterprise conditions, and they're usually not under the control of the project team, which does make things a little bit difficult sometimes. But they do still influence, constrain, or direct the project. Let's have a look at what some of them are. Internal to the organization, we've got organizational culture, structure, and governance that's in place. We've got the geographic distribution of facilities and resources. So where are they? Are they all in the one place? Or are they across multiple states or across multiple countries? We've got the actual physical infrastructure and sometimes the IT infrastructure involved. We've got the information technology software that we're using, the resource availability, how available are the resources that we're needing to help deliver these projects. And of course, the capability of all these people. Have they delivered projects before? Are they familiar with the process? Many different things will influence the internal EEFs. But just to complicate things, there are external EEFs as well. So we've got government or industry standards. We've got social and cultural influences. So what's happening over time to influence the culture and change what might need to be delivered. Marketplace conditions, legal restrictions. Obviously there's cost constraints, so financial considerations. Do we actually have the money to do what we need to do? And physical environmental elements. Are we in the right place physically to be able to do these things? So these are just a few examples of enterprise environmental factors, or EEFs, that will influence and change how you need to deliver your project. But of course, that's not the only thing. We have the other side of the coin, which is our OPAs, organizational process assets. So these are the plans, the processes, policies, procedures, all of these documents, knowledge bases, things that are used by the performing organization that you're working with and usually delivering into or delivering for, and they will influence the management of the project because we've got things like specific organizational standards. So maybe there is a standard that you need to meet within the organization and it's all written down and there's a certain way of work that you need to do. Maybe you've got certain product or project life cycles that are already used in place in this organization. Maybe you've got pre-approved supplier lists or contractual agreements already in place that you need to abide by. You need to find all of this out when you're delivering a project in an organization so you can make sure that you work within these organizational process assets, ways of working that are already in place. Of course, there's knowledge repositories as well. So you might have configuration management knowledge repositories containing versions of things, of your baselines, of your scope, or maybe of the cost of the project, historical information, lessons learned, data repositories, so how are you measuring your benefits, project files from previous projects, so you can gather that and have a look. Maybe something worked well, maybe something didn't work well. So all these things will impact your OPAs and the way of work for your project.